I'm a fairly new attorney. It's actually a second career for me. I used to be a journalist. I was reporting a story about immigration detention facilities in Louisiana. And the experience of sitting in a courtroom was so jarring for me that convinced me that it wasn't enough to be a neutral observer. I'm Wang. I'm an attorney at the Immigrant Defense Project in New York City. In the current heated debate about immigration, there's a lot of focus on what's happening at the border. But actually, the biggest increases that we're seeing in immigration enforcement are happening in the interior. A lot of the calls that we get are from longtime green card holders, people who came here as babies. The immigration system can take someone who has spent their entire life in the United States, maybe made one mistake, paid for it, served their time, and then years later can drag them into the deportation system and essentially separate them from their families forever. A lot of what we're seeing today is in part a result of a confluence of events.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
In 1996, Congress passed a pair of laws under the Clinton administration, and that's something that I think a lot of people don't realize.
This administration has taken a strong stand to stiffen the protection of our borders.
Those two laws intertwined the criminal justice systems and immigration in a way that we had never seen before. They added dozens of new categories of crimes that could get someone deported. All of a sudden, a conviction for something such as theft could subject you to mandatory deportation. But that legal architecture wasn't really used until after 9/11, when there was obviously a lot of concern about national security.
The border should be open to trade and lawful immigration and shut to illegal immigrants, as well as criminals, drug dealers, and terrorists.
The Department of Homeland Security was created, and ICE was a part of that. ICE is Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and ICE was given the ability to access our criminal justice databases. They literally, can generate lists and lists of people with old criminal convictions and just systematically go after them.
Tonight, I'd like to talk with you about immigration.
The Obama administration politicized immigration just in the same way that every administration really does. And they made a gamble.
Today, our immigration system is broken.
Their gamble was essentially, if we can show that we are quote unquote tough on immigration and deport 2 million people, which is what he did, maybe we'll get the trade-off that we want.
Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws.
That gamble did not work. It didn't pay off, and as a result, millions of families were separated. That being said, the Obama administration did not go after anyone and everyone. What's happened under the Trump administration is the law is what the law is, and the Trump administration is going to enforce it to the fullest extent possible.
Countless Americans who have died in recent years would be alive today if not for the open border policies of this administration.
He is using this broad brush to dehumanize immigrants and just make it easier to get rid of them. There are 11 million undocumented people in the United States. The idea that we're going to deport all of them is absurd. Yet the Trump administration's commitment is to engage in mass deportation. And we're already seeing the results of that. It's not just rhetoric. What is this era going to mean for future generations? The human consequences are so immense. I don't even think that we have kind of begun to fathom what it all really means.